and he sees her, and she forgets the suitcase. The suitcase is on the floor. She looks and then walks away. Lloyd, looks at it and goes, the suitcase! Oh my God, she's forgot the suitcase! He starts jumping, going, he's like, Mary, come back! You forgot the suitcase! Gets up and then runs to chase her. He goes to chase her. He runs as fast as he can. This story is about two guys who are best friends, and they go through a load of difficult things together, the ups and downs of life, right? But at the end, they have each other. However difficult life gets, however much shit hits the fan, they always have each other. And this story represents that. If you want to find out what movie this story is actually from, then stay to the end and I'm going to tell you. Welcome in everyone, it's Dale here with Nativlo, your favorite English coach, helping you reach your goals in English like a native using the natural approach, acquisition. All right, so let's start this. Sit back, relax, and just listen, read, and enjoy and immerse yourself in the story, okay? Just like I'm going to do. And let's just have fun and let's learn or acquire English the natural way, the easiest way, okay? I might make some mistakes, but I want to try to do this in one take so that it's as real for you as possible, all right? So it starts off. The movie starts, or the story, I should say, but it is a movie. The story starts with two guys. It goes from one friend to the other friend. Okay, starts off Lloyd. He is in the limousine. He's in a limousine, a very long, car, so to speak. He's in the limousine, kind of like a taxi. He's basically paid to drive people from place to place, and he picks up this beautiful, gorgeous red-haired woman, and he immediately just has incredible infatuation with this woman. Her eyes, her hair, her body, her mouth, her lips, everything about her is just sublime, exquisite, amazing, beautiful, okay? And he is completely enamored by her, just enamored, completely mesmerized and hypnotized. And then it quickly pans to his other friend. I'll say the names in a little bit. I don't want to give it away too quickly. But his other friend comes bombing down the road in his big pickup truck. It's kind of like a big truck kind of thing, and it's a truck that is completely surrounded by an animal sort of material. So it kind of looks like an animal van, because his job, this other friend, and it just pans straight to him, he is basically an animal groomer. I think it's kind of like a groomer, so someone who grooms the dogs, the dog. So it's a dog, not just an animal. It's a dog van. So he's a dog groomer. Makes them look pretty, basically, and grooms them and does their hair and shaves them and cuts them and all that stuff and feeds them ready for the competition, the contest, or whatever they need to do. I don't know what it is, but he's basically a dog guy, helps make the dogs look pretty. So he's there and he is bombing it. He is going flying over. He goes up and down and left and right. He is zooming. He is bombing it down. He needs to go super quick. Why? Because he is late. He's late for, we call it the pageant. I think it's a pageant. It's a dog pageant. Okay, it's just a competition or contest for the prettiest dogs, the best or most well-groomed dogs. He's bombing, he's running around, he's doing all this stuff, and he's just trying to get to the pageant or the place as soon as possible, the building, and unbeknownst to him, so without his knowledge, unbeknownst to him, he forgets that he's got the dogs behind him. So he is going at 1,000 miles an hour, seriously, or basically literally, he's going so fast. So the dogs are just being thrown from left to right, and there's food all in the whole van. So you can imagine how this is going to turn out. So that's what happens there. And then we go back to Lloyd. He is with Mary, her name is. So Mary is this beautiful, exquisite, gorgeous woman. And again, Lloyd is just completely mesmerized. He just cannot believe how beautiful she is. He is instantly in love with her. He loves her immediately. So then we progress from that point. He gets to the airport. He takes her to the airport. He's on his way to the airport. Mary needs to get on the plane to go up to Colorado. So Colorado is a place in USA. So she needs to go to Colorado, and the first friend, I'll get to the name, but the first friend is driving her, going all the way up, and he's trying to like talk to her, get to know her. There's a funny moment in the story where he kind of says, hey, you know, you're more likely to die on the way to the airport, because she's super, super nervous and scared. Or he thinks that she's really scared because she's on her way to the airport to actually get on the plane. So the friend thinks that she's nervous. He's like, hey, why are you nervous? Like, are you okay? And she's like, oh, and he says, is this something to do with the flight? Are you scared of the flight? And then she's like, yeah, something like that, which is a lie, because it's not that she's nervous about. There's something else that she's going to be doing that's going to make her really, that's making her really anxious. So he's like, oh, is it the flight? Anyway, and then he goes, statistically, you're more likely to die on the way to the airport, meaning in the car or the limousine on the way to the airport is where you're most likely to get killed. And as he does this, or he's turning around, not looking at the road, and all these cars are crashing, and so that was a pretty funny moment in the movie or the story. And then he does this, and he's like, oh, yeah, okay, don't worry, you're all good. And says all these statistics like you're more likely to die, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. And then they get to the airport, they're driving. Now we're going to flip to the other friend. Unfortunately, he is bombing it. So the other friend, now we've panned back to the other friend. He is bombing it up. He's just about to, he's swerving, almost hit somebody. He's like, gets to the pageant or the building he needs to get to. He gets there, he stops, and all of a sudden he just brakes really fast and stops. The dogs are flying around, and then he comes out. The lady that's waiting for him, she's like, where have you been? For fuck's sake. And then Harry is like, I'm so sorry, I'm here now. I'm here. It's okay. I'm here now, man. Oh my God, man. I'm here now. So it's all good. I've got the dogs. I'm the best groomer around. Your dogs are taken care of. So these dogs belong to her, of course. So he's like, okay, ma'am, it's okay. And ma'am just means Mrs., Mr., Mrs. So madam, ma'am. So, okay, ma'am. And they say that in America a lot. So, hey, ma'am, it's okay. I've got your dogs. They're all good. They're safe with me. I've bathed them. I've clipped them. They're okay. Okay? To bathe them, to put them in the bath, to clip them, to clip them, to cut them, to trim their hair, basically. And he's like, it's okay. I've got everything under control. All right. And then he goes to open the door. He opens the door. And he's like, see, everything is fine. And she's like, and he's like, unfortunately, they have got food all over their clothes. They are just hair everywhere because they've been moved around loads, like by him bombing all the way in that car, in the van. Just all that bombing down with the fast speed and left and right and up and down and has just made the dogs absolutely covered in food and bits and pieces and just a complete mess. All right. And he's like, yeah, on second thoughts, you may want to give them a quick cleanup. So unfortunately, this is the moment he lost his job. He got completely fired. He got fired from his job. Now we come back to Lloyd, the other character, the other friend, he's now at the airport. He is with the beautiful woman. He is absolutely enamored by her. He's enthralled. He's mesmerized by her. He wants to ask her out. He wants to kiss her. He wants to touch her. He is so excited by her, emotionally, etc. And she has to go. So she has to go on the plane, and he says, and he gets all emotional, and he says, I hate goodbyes. I hate goodbyes. And basically gives her a big hug like this, like a complete weirdo. And he's like, come here. Gives her a goodbye. They've just met. They don't know each other. But she's just like, okay. And he is just like, come here. I hate goodbyes. And he's like crying almost, basically, because he's going to say goodbye to her, but he doesn't even know her. So that's what happens there. And then they say goodbye, and then she goes on, and he's like, oh, be strong, okay? Be strong. Walks away. He is totally distraught. He's totally distraught. Be strong, okay? So he's like, be strong, walk away. She's gone now, okay? It was amazing I got to meet her, but she's gone. That's it now. Done and dusted. Done and dusted. Okay? Then, as he's driving away, he's in his limousine, he's in his car, and he looks at her and he sees her walking up, and he's going, goodbye, my love. And then he crashes into another car. So he's like, crashes into the car in front of him. The chute, what's it called? It's the bag goes off. Bag goes off. Smacks him in the face. He's now squished. He's like, whoa. She then looks at him and goes, because she just sees him at the same moment that he crashes his car, as he's looking at her, he sees her and goes, she sees him, sorry, and goes, and he's like, bye, bye. And he's all squished up against the seat. And then she's looking at him and she's like, bye. Walks away, and she has a suitcase. That suitcase is on the floor, and he sees her, and she forgets the suitcase. The suitcase is on the floor. She looks and then walks away. Lloyd, looks at it and goes, the suitcase. Oh my God, she's forgot the suitcase. He starts jumping, going. He's like, Mary, come back. You forgot the suitcase. Gets up and then runs to chase her. He goes to chase her. He runs as fast as he can. He thinks that she has forgotten the suitcase, or the bag, the suitcase. Think of the suitcase. It's like something you hold, yeah? It's like a box that you hold, basically, and it includes things that you need. But she has gone without it. He thinks that she's forgotten it, and it's a really important suitcase. So he chases her, runs after her, and then we switch scenes. There's two people. There's a man, a big fat man, okay? Really angry, serious, doesn't look like a good guy, with a very small, petite young lady who's with him, probably half his size, half his age, and they're there, and they look like crooks. They look like bad people, like villains, and they are. And those two were coming in to collect the suitcase. So Mary didn't forget the suitcase. She deliberately left the suitcase there for these two other people, the bad guys. Lloyd doesn't know this. He doesn't know this. So they are just about to go pick up the suitcase. Mary has left it for them and is like, good, they've got the suitcase. I left it exactly where it's supposed to be. But the two people, the bad guys, come up. They're about to pick up the suitcase. And Lloyd runs through, jumps past them, grabs the suitcase and bombs it up. Speeds as fast as possible to try to catch her, to get hold of her, to get her attention, to sort of come into contact with her, to catch up with her, to chase her, to get to Mary so he can give her the suitcase. And he has no idea which one it needs to be. Is it Los Angeles? Is it New York? Is it there? Is it Seattle? Is it Colorado? Is it there? It was Colorado, but he doesn't know this. So he's running. He's like, eeny, meeny, miny, Mo, let's go there. Which just means I'm going to go there. I don't know. I'm just going to guess. Okay. So he's guessing, figuring out which one do I go, which airline, which plane is she going to be on. So he's just guessing blindly and just goes wherever he can. And he just hopes for the best. He goes onto the airplane. Unfortunately, she was on a different airplane. He doesn't know this. So he's running. As he gets to the gate, he's running up the stairs, he's up the escalators, he's running, like he's running, and he gets to the end. He can see the airline or the plane section that he thinks that he's hoping that she's on, and he's running. And then the guy at the security goes, no, don't go in there, and he's like, it's okay, I'm a limo driver. And then limousine, he's a limo driver. We call it limo. He's like, I'm okay. I'm a limo driver with her suitcase. And he's like, I'm okay. And as he runs, the security guard is like, oh no, the plane has gone. So he then goes, I'm a limo driver, starts running and falls off the entrance and on the floor. And he is annihilated. He is completely hurt. He just falls like from about 20 feet onto the ground. You're going to have to wait to the next video. Probably going to be somewhere here to go watch it. But either way, check out the next video that's going to continue this story. And most importantly, tell me if you have enjoyed this in some way. If you have and you want to see more of this kind of stuff, then please like and comment below, and I will keep creating these sequences of videos, okay? Talking about certain movies, stories, all that good stuff, so you can get as much comprehensible input as possible every single week. All right. With that said, if you want to find out some other ways that you can start acquiring different techniques and kind of learn a bit more about acquisition and why grammar is not the answer, then oh, by the way, I almost forgot. Sorry. Did you guess the movie? Excellent. Dumb and Dumber. That was it. It was Dumb and Dumber. So if you want to see the next video, make sure you go somewhere here to watch that one. Okay? See you in a sec.